Hello, are you going to help me do my review today? Yeah. Hey everyone, Shannon Morse here with another tech review, and this one is the Lenovo Smart Clock. The Lenovo Smart Clock is $79.99, so about $80, and you can currently buy it online. This is Lenovo's answer to everybody spending way too much time on your smartphones at night when we're supposed to be going to bed. The Lenovo Smart Clock has Google Assistant built in, which also means that it can do everything that Google Assistant can currently do on your smartphone if you have an Android phone. So that includes playing music on this thing. You can set alarms, you can also have it set your schedule and tell you about different things that are happening on your calendar at any given time. This can also work as a hub for any of your Google Assistant devices. So anything that can usually work with Google Assistant can work with this. So you notice that this teeny tiny little device has a fabric soft touch cover. I really like the gray color. It's very aesthetically pleasing. You can also tell that it matches my couch back here. It also has physical volume buttons at the top. There's volume up and volume down, along with a mute switch which is built in for the microphone, and that's located on the back. You'll also notice on the back there's a USB port to charge your phone at night, but this does not allow you to do fast charge or quick charge compatible, which is a little unfortunate. I think one of my favorite parts of this device is the fact that it does not have any sort of camera on the front, which is wonderful if you intend to use this in your bedroom as a clock, as an alarm. There should not be a camera on your alarm clock, and I love that they did not include one on here because one, that's security and privacy very much enabled, and two, it lowers the price. Now when you turn the mic on and off on the back,
the mic is muted.
It gives you a vocal signifier.
The mic's back on.
The mic is muted, the mic is on. There are also 10 different volume levels that you can go through by either pressing those buttons at the top, or you can also press them right on the screen, which is a touch screen. So that display is 4 inches. It's a 480 by 800 IPS touchscreen. Again, you will notice that it does not have the best display angles. So if you're viewing this from an angle, you're probably not going to see it very well. It also has a 3-watt speaker built in and 2 passive radiators, along with 1 gig of memory and 8 gigs of storage. However, I will say that I don't think you're ever going to fill up 8 gigs of storage on this thing because there's not much you can actually store. Now, as I mentioned, this does have Google Assistant built in. So that means when you first receive it, you will have to set it up with your phone and the Google Home app. Luckily, that's pretty easy. All you have to do is connect to Wi-Fi, opt out of sharing data unless you want to opt into that for some strange reason, and then set up voice matching if you have not already done that on your Google account. Make sure that you have everything customized the way you want it, and then just confirm, and it should update with all of your local data. Now, once you have that set up, it will change to a default clock time, which should be your local time, as well as a default clock face. Now, if you don't like the face that it comes with, you can change that by holding down for a few seconds and then switching to your desired clock face. You cannot add your own clock face, but the ones that it does come with are pretty nice. I do like the clouds one. I also like the weather one. Those are my faves. Now, some of these clock faces will include a dark mode for darker rooms, which is useful if you're using this on your nightstand, as well as a temperature readout and a home screen ticker that will show you alarms and reminders for the day. And from there, you can pretty much use it like any other Google Assistant product that you might have. So you can ask it questions like, "Hey Google, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?"
It really depends if you're talking about an African or European swallow.
"Hey Google, what is your favorite color?"
I like blue, yellow, red, and green. They're Google's colors.
That was cute. "Hey Google, what's the weather in San Francisco today?"
Currently in San Francisco, it's 61 and partly cloudy. Today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 64 and a low of 54.
Now you'll notice with something like weather, if you click on weather.com, which is down at the bottom, it will load up a little browser which you cannot type anything into. Although I am curious if I plug in a USB keyboard if I can actually type anything into that browser, because that would be really fun to hack it. You can scroll down though and see the full weather information for the city that you had just looked up through Google Assistant. To close, just hit the X at the top and that will take you back to your home page. So it does have a lot of nifty built-in features like alarms. Alarms are really easy to set via voice or touchscreen. So for example, I could say, "Hey Google, set an alarm for 8 a.m.
Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Set."
and that's it. You can customize things with your alarm as well, including the alarm tone. You can set a sunrise alarm to slowly lighten the screen to mimic a sunrise whenever you're waking up. And you can also set a good morning routine, which is customizable via the Home app on your phone. Now, this will enable it to say things to you in the morning like, "Good morning, Shannon. Your weather today is blah de blah, and things on your calendar include blah blah blah. This is how long your commute will be to work." However, I work from home, so when I tried to ask it what my commute time would be, it was like, "We can't find anything." And I was like, that's a good answer.
Hello, Shannon. The time is 4:45 p.m. You have 6 events. Here are the first 3. Tomorrow at midnight, you have sleep. Then, tomorrow at 7 a.m., you have Lenovo Smart Clock Review NDA up. Also, tomorrow at 7 a.m., you have wake up, get ready. Have a good one.
Now, one of the very small features that I love about this thing, but I love that Lenovo included it, is that you can tap to either snooze or shut off your alarm, which is such a great vintage feature of an alarm clock. So I just love the fact that I can just go tap and close it out. Now, if you want to tap to snooze, or if you want to tap to actually turn off the alarm, you can customize that in the settings as well. Now, there's also a good night routine, which will dim lights in your house, and it will dim the screen on this as well. It will turn off music if you want it to. You can also customize that in your Home app, and you can play music through Google Music, which is built into this device. So that will allow you to play things like podcasts and audiobooks and the radio via connecting it also to streaming services through the Home application. So if you use, for example, Pandora, and you prefer Pandora over Google Music, you can set that in your Home app to be customized. Now, to actually get around the menu on this, because there is a menu, there are a few different options. You can swipe down to open the quick settings. You can swipe up to access the menu, the brightness, and the volume. You can swipe left to go to a new display card, or swipe right to return to home. And no, this is not a dating app. So it sounds great, especially under $100, but there are a few caveats with this device. For example, you cannot show any Google Photos on this as if using it like a Google Frame. Now, it would be cool if it had a little bit more storage in here and you could store a series of pictures that it could flip through whenever you're not using the device. Instead, this is purely a clock, and that is all that it is. That means there is no video playback, there's no camera, so you can't make any kind of video calls. You can also not make any audio calls on this thing either. There's no battery with this. It has to be plugged into the wall for it to work. And there's also no 3.5mm jack. So unlike some of the Amazon devices, this one cannot be plugged into an external speaker. But with that said, I really like that Lenovo is focusing on simplicity in the bedroom, especially with this design and the interface. It is a very simple device. It has a very few specific items that you can use it for. It has audio, no video whatsoever, and I kind of like that. I love that they're privacy and security focused with this device. There is no additional features like that webcam, which you honestly really don't need one of those in your bedroom. And they also don't intend this thing to be your music speaker. It's only intended to be an alarm clock. And that's what I really appreciate about this device the most. So since it is much cheaper than the Amazon Echo Spot, which is, I'd say, their closest competitor, I would say this one is a definite buy, especially if you are already a part of the Google Assistant ecosystem. Now, if you are more familiar with the Amazon ecosystem, then maybe you want to consider that one instead, but keep in mind the Amazon Echo Spot does have a camera on it. If you want to do video calling, that might be a feature that you're interested in. However, I ain't putting that thing in my bedroom. So let me know what you think of the Lenovo Smart Clock. I thought it was really cool, and I'm really happy that they sent one over for review. I won't have this for a long-term review this time, but I can answer any questions that you have down in the comments below. And as a reminder, I am giving away this Google Pixel 3a to one lucky subscriber, so make sure that you go back to my camera showdown video and comment along with the directions that I have in the show notes and in the video to see if you can win this Pixel 3a. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed in the recent couple of days. I truly appreciate it, and good luck to everybody who is trying to win this little device. Again, my name is Shannon Morse, and I will see you next time. Bye!